bit more of a fish. Right, 69 centimetres this one. Well, hello and welcome back to Corkwing. Right now I'm sitting out in the Firth of Lorne, a wee bit between Eastdale Island and Isle of Mull, and the plan is to basically go around Mull, just a wee circumnavigation. I've done it 2 or 3 times before, but it's the first time for several years now that I've had the weather and the time to do it. So I'm heading across to the south shore of Mull, do a wee bit of fishing there and kind of work my way around towards the Sound of Iona, and then the idea is park up there somewhere for tonight and head up the west coast, north coast of Mull tomorrow. Well, we'll kick off with a soft lure. Fairly bright out there, so I'll try something fairly dull. Small but very beautiful, lovely colour fish. See if we can get a bigger one now. We're right for bottom bouncing. Got away with that one. It's obviously a pretty rocky bottom down there. Right, let's just reposition. The cliffs on this part of Mull are almost 1,000 feet high, and you can see they completely dwarf my little Orkney. Might be a coal fish, but it is a wee pollock. Getting warm now. There was a little hint of breeze, but it's dying away. Oh well, it's about typical of them. Nothing terribly big, but nice enough. Alright, I think it's time we moved on a bit. Oh. Starting into a very hot afternoon. So it's going to trundle on a couple of 100 yards up to the point here and then go across Loch Buoy after that. Everything today, it's been a pollock. Oh, there's another pollock following the pollock. Somewhat shredded lure. Gone to ground. Still there. Ah. Certainly feels a better one, this. Need to get him out before I hit the rocks. Oh, you bugger. That's a bit more of a fish. Well, not going to complain at that one. Let's get a quick photo and put him back. Well, but if I come down from my last fish, this shows you can't tell, eh? It's been loads of goats. They must have a pretty tough life in there. Trying to walk over a huge boulder field to get any grazing at all. That's another decent one. Oh, he's in the weed. Or the rocks or something. Oh no, it's him out. Oh, not as big as the last one. Deluding myself a little bit there. It's a 65 centimetre fish. So anyway, I better move. We're about to drift ashore, and that probably isn't a good idea. That one took on the drop. a very big one. Just a wee. So. So I'm just going to try at the wreck here. Quite a shallow wreck. You can see a bit of it there on the side scan. There's a great big buoy on it with a lot of rope, so we'll need to kind of dodge that. But we'll see if there's any pollock on it. We fished quite heavily over the summer, I think, but there might be a few fish left on it. We can give it just a little while here and then we'll have to head further west, I think. And that there's the bit you don't want to hit on this wreck. It's a stern post. The bit you can see to the left of that buoy is solid metal. So you definitely don't want to be running into it. Oh well, completely failed to record that first fish. Oh. That's the next one. First one was a nice enough fish, about 65 centimetres, something like that. This isn't quite as big, but hopefully he's actually recorded. Quite a small fish, this one. That's in the way. Somebody waking up to being in trouble. Right. Okay, so another very much one of the same. Right, off you go. I've managed to swallow the lure. Well, I think I need to pack up here. There's still obviously a few fish around on the wreck, but time's marching on and I need to get a few kilometres to the westward fairly soon. So I'm going to head in towards the setting sun for a bit. Heading roughly in the direction of Iona for now, and decide exactly what we do when we get there. So this is Malcolm's Point, also home to the Carseg Arches, one of which is sitting there in the foreground. Quite a well-known landmark. So I've come all the way along from basically as far away as you can see. That's handy because I just need a couple of mackerel. Might put a rod out for flatties tonight. A couple of mackerel will do nicely. Bait sorted. I want to have a wee shot tonight or tomorrow morning. Just a couple of miles from the entrance to the Sound of Iona. So it's about 7 o'clock now, so I think I'm just going to keep going through it and find somewhere to anchor up for tonight. Hopefully that's not too crowded by yachties. There are loads of them around at the moment, but there's a couple of spots I got in mind, and hopefully they're not too popular, but we'll see. Well, this will be home for tonight. A place called Market Bay, just on the north side of the Ross of Mull, so just 2 or 3 miles away from Iona. Little sandy bay. Stayed here the last time I came round Mull. Make it an early night and an early start tomorrow. Tomorrow might be a little bit of wind to start with. We'll see. I'm gonna go over to the Ardmeenach Peninsula, see what like it is. Maybe get fishing, maybe not. Failing which, I'm heading up towards Treshnish and Pollack points. Well, it's gonna chuck out a wee flatty rig. It's just a 3-hook flapper with a bit of mackerel on it. I've had dabs in here before, so may as well give it a wee go and then get some dinner on, I think. Well, that didn't take very long. I suspect a doggy. We'll see. A mackerel and a turbot. Well, I'm not going to complain. I think that's quite possibly my biggest ever turbot. Yeah, I think it probably is. I wasn't really expecting that, but quite happy with it. I've only had dabs here before. More mackerel, I think. Seems to be loads of them in the bay just now. Well, I reckon it'll be dinner time just as the sun goes down. It's just a boil in the bag meal tonight, all day breakfast. But it should do quite nicely, I think. Hopefully reasonably snug in here tonight. Oh, got a beer for later as well. So
think I'm pretty much set for the evening. I'll show you how I set the boat up. But it's usually tons of space on it once the boat cover's on. Just like a big tent, really. Well, it's pretty comfortable in here once you get everything set up. So I've got a nice cot bed. It keeps me off the floor, keeps sleeping bag dry, everything dry. And there's acres of space because you've got a large cuddy here, and then got all the space of the boat cover behind it. So when I configured the boat, I only took one seat in it, so I could actually do this sort of setup. So just a view down towards the stern of the boat. You can see my feet there, but there's a lot of space behind it as well. Well, welcome to day 2. Another nice day, although a little bit of a breeze this morning. About 6:30, something like that. So I get a quick breakfast, a cup of coffee, and then head off over towards the Orkney Peninsula and the sort of wilderness area there. Well, let's see if there's any more flatties out there. Hopefully not any more mackerel. Well, that's most of the overnight gear away. Coffee made, just waiting for the bacon to finish now. Got to be a wee bit careful obviously, because the boat's basically a floating bomb with all the petrol. Takes a fair bit of petrol to get around the island here. It's over, well, this trip will be over 200 kilometres, probably about 220. So there's a fair bit of fuel on board. I was going to say the curse of the mackerel have returned again, but it's just a small coalfish, so we'll let him off. But another species for the day. So as you can see, it's an area of huge cliffs. We're just at the place where the English translation is Eagle's Point. And there are quite a few around here. I've seen a few golden eagles up on the top of the cliffs there.
nicely for a start. Just got to watch a bit how we're drifting here. Awful lot of rocks in the water. Somebody's not a happy bunny. Not sure if this fish is still on or not. Oh, it is. It's wrapped around a kelp stalk or something. Got to be really careful here because there's a lot of big rocks just a few yards from me. Don't think this one's coming back up. Yeah. It's not actually all that big. First fish I had, the boat was bigger than that. Ah well. About a 64 centimetre fish. Now I'd have said that was bigger, just judging by the fight it gave, but this proves you can't tell. What we're doing is towing the boat somewhere I don't really want to be. It's starting to get quite expensive in lures there, so I switched to a flowing trace with mackerel, just a wee bit of mackerel belly on it, because we're getting the gusts of wind coming through. Should hopefully get enough movement to attract a fish. Small, but nicely coloured. So this is the wreck of the Orkney, the large wreck passenger liner. It's drifted ashore here. There was a local lad fishing it when I came along. They said it was fishing pretty badly today. All I've done so far is lose a lure on it. So I'm trying a metal lure just now. And there's something there. Distinct feel of very small about it. Yeah, just a tiny wee Pollack. Yep, and he's off. Good. 12 feet of water, and it's a wee bit uncomfortable. Marginally better, not big though. Ah, well, that's a wee bit of a surprise. It felt exactly like a cod, but it wasn't the fish I was expecting to see. Not very big, just couple of pounds, 2.5 pounds or something. Nice wee red cod. As I say, not something I'd normally expect to get around here. It's kind of yacht central around here at the moment. Well, it's very hard going to start with, but there's a fair number of these sort of middling sized fish floating around now. It should do the trick. Right, 69 centimetres this one. Away you go. Just having a crack at a tiny wee wreck in Loch Sunot. It's just a prawn boat. I've never fished it before because it's tiny. But there's very little movement today, so I thought I'd give it a crack. Yep, another Pollack. So this is Dungalane, or Fort of the Storms. I've stayed in here before, a few years back, well a good few years back. So it's a very sheltered anchorage on Loch Sunot, quite well hidden actually. And it does indeed have its little fort, an Iron Age fort on it, and the Vikings also used to be over winter here, keep the longships in the wee harbour here. So it's got quite a long history. I wasn't originally going to come in here tonight, but most of the other anchorages are occupied by yachts. This should do fine, I think. It has only just gone 5 o'clock, but I am pretty tired, so I'm going to rest up for a few hours. I keep telling myself I should do a bit more fishing, but I don't think that's going to happen today. Well, I'm knackered. I just dropped anchor here about 5 o'clock, something like that, and promptly had a snooze for about an hour and a half. So I think it's just the sun is really starting to get to you, or get to me rather. Anyway,
Sorted out some dinner, so I'll see if that livens me up. An early night tonight. See if we make it to sunset or not. But got a movie or two to watch. So there will be no more excitement here, I think, tonight. At least I hope not. So I'm just going to say good night just now. It must be all of 7 o'clock. And we'll pick up again with you in the morning.
Well, welcome back to day 3, if you've made it this far. It's another fabulous day. Slept in this morning, it's about 7:30 now. Coffee and rolls for breakfast, and then we head out of Lochsinart and down Sound of Mull and have a wee explore around the bottom end of Firth of Lorne, I think, or bottom end of Lochlinny really. I just stopped ashore at Morven. It's just one of the little stony beaches. It's actually the first time I've been off the boat for 48 hours plus now. So just get a coffee, and I need to be back at the harbour for probably about 2ish at the latest. So I haven't got that long. Maybe one more fishing opportunity. Just going to chill out in the sunshine here for a few minutes and decide what to do next. So we're just at the tip of Bernera Island here, the southern end of Lismore. There are a few casts here and then head on down. Oh, he just chucked it. Another Pollack, I imagine. Particular time. It explains the reluctant bite. Alright. I think the better move. Just a final half dozen or a dozen casts here, I think. Ladies Rock, and that'll do me. Fast running out of time to get back when I said I would. Ooh, not a great size. and go back and play with the seals, of which there are plenty at the moment. That noise you hear in the background is the seals protesting at the ferry wash. They're losing their sunbathing spot. And they're not happy. I guess their bigger cousins aren't feeling suicidal at the moment. Very little tide and a lot of seals. So, 2 more casts and that'll be me, I think. More fight to this one. Still not a big one though. Right, that will have to do. Final fish of the trip. But, not a bad little session, even though I've written a small side. Anyway, I've still got another 10 miles or so to cover, so better get on with it. Anyway, if you've made it this far, thanks very much for watching, and please do like, subscribe, that sort of good stuff. YouTube does like it, and hopefully see you again in another video. Cheers for now anyway.